Well, hello, we're going to go ahead and get started. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our monthly Team Freedom Zoom. Today is June 20th. I can't believe it's June 20th already. It seems like this year is going by so extremely fast. Just a little housekeeping, just make sure that you are muting your lines unless you want to share or ask a question at the end. And if you have any questions that you just want to get off your heart and off your mind so that you don't forget, feel free to put it in the chat and we will definitely get all your questions answered today. This is exactly why we do this Zoom once a month, so that you can plug into our team, that's Team Freedom. This is within Therese Santos' team. And then also, so you have the opportunity to ask your questions and get them answered. So I want to do a few announcements before we bring on our special guest, which I'm super excited about. Hold on just a second. Okay. First of all, please do me a favor. You guys are here because you want more out of your business. You want more out of life. You want to help people on a mission to help people with the patches and have a better quality of life. And so make sure that you plug into all of our emails that we have. So Therese will send out an email once a week, sometimes twice a week. And then the company also sends out emails. So make sure to take 5 minutes of your time and read those emails thoroughly, because they will have a lot of information in there. Therese is going to be like, what's going on with our team, and then corporate, what's going on with corporate, so that you have a good handle on what's happening in your business. It's very, very important. Yesterday, we had an incredible Managers and Above. If you are a leader, please make sure to plug into those calls every single week. I said last weekend, people paid a lot of money to get coached by Therese. She's extremely knowledgeable, and definitely take advantage of those calls that she does for the leaders. She pours into us. She teaches us inner peace and prosperity, and also will help us increase our stem cell IQ, right? So if you need the replay at all, just feel free to reach out to me. I always have the replay and I will get that to you. And yesterday we did an incredible Team Connect is what they're called, every week. And if you want the replay for that, that's going to be on our Stem Cell Team Connect Facebook group. You can get the replay right away. And so make sure that you and your team are plugging into that every single week as well. And let's see what else. Rank Up bonuses are going to end on Sunday. If you're not sure what that is, please reach out to me so I can share. You have an opportunity to earn anywhere from $100 by being a manager all the way up to $10,000 by being a senior presidential director. These are bonuses on top of your commissions. So if you need more information on that, let me know. And then a while back, I had a coaching call with Therese. And one of the things that we talked about was how we can communicate better as Team Freedom, okay? Because we have corporate communicating with you, we have Therese communicating with you, but I needed a way to be able to communicate with you and be able to share the events that we do, because we do 9 events as a team every single month. And one of them's volunteering, which we're going to do on Thursday in Arizona. We have 3 Zooms. One is this Zoom, so we do a team training, and then 2 testimonial Zooms every month. And the rest are other live events in our local area. So if you want to have all that information, and I will put it in the chat in just a minute when I'm done talking, but the new website that's for our Team Freedom, our new website, and you can go there anytime, 24/7, to find out the events. And then if you want any of the flyers, they're also on there. And it's called teamfreedomevents.com/home. Okay. Very important that you put that /home there so you can get to the home page. But if you click on, I can't remember the link that it's called, but where you can see the events, you actually click on each event and you can see more details. Okay, and we'll update this every single month. And then if you scroll down even further, you can take screenshots of all the flyers, because I get a lot of messages about where are the flyers, where's the links, where's that? It's all going to be housed on teamfreedomevents.com/home. That's for our team. And then if you ever want to plug into Therese's events, you go to x39training.com and you click on team meeting. All of her events for corporate and for her team will be on that site. Okay. Do we have any questions on that so far that I could support you with? We good? Okay. If you ever do, please just reach out to me and I can help you. Okay. So now I'm going to get myself out of the way because we're in for a special treat. Many of you know this gentleman. He's a presidential director in our company. A lot of you got to hear from him in Arizona last Saturday. He's been a good friend of mine for 5 years. He's been in the industry for 16 plus years. He has been a millionaire in and outside of the industry. And he literally has been a work from home dad for his kids. He has 3 beautiful children. For his kids' whole life, they've only known him doing network marketing, and it's provided a very, very good income for him and his family. And also he has that time freedom to be the dad that he always wants to be. So I'm going to get myself out of the way. You definitely want to grab a pen and a piece of paper, because anytime Oz speaks, I always say I learn something new every single time, and I've known him for 5 years. So make sure to grab a pen and paper and listen to his wisdom, because he will definitely teach you some things that can help improve your life and also help improve your business. And he's taking the time. I didn't even realize he's in California. He is taking the time out of his busy schedule to be here with us tonight. So without further ado, Presidential Director Oz Fuentes, will you join us, please?
I will. Thank you so much, Christy. Appreciate you and everything you said about me. Honestly, it's an honor for me to work with you and such an incredible leadership that you have put together in this company, and just the people that are working with you that are catching the vision and their energy and spirits aligning with yours, because you're a very generous person. You're a very giving person. You're very smart, of course, but at the same time, very a heart of gold. And honestly, it's a pleasure and honor to work with you and all of your leaders and amazing people here in this Zoom, and the ones that were at the event and the ones that are all over the state and the nation as well. I see a couple of people from outside of the state as well. I'm actually outside of the state myself right now. So yeah, definitely excited about this this Zoom and what we're going to bring to each and every one of you. As my mission and purpose is to always bring value to the people when we speak to them, right? So yeah, thank you, top producing executive director. I think you're this close to presidential, so you're almost catching up to me. So that's awesome. I love this business for that reason. You can only in this business, you can actually hope that the people that are in your second or third or fourth level catch up to you. See, in corporate America, you actually have to fight for that spot. You have to hope that they never reach to that level, that they never become your competition, that they never become as good as you are to be able to, because they can take over your spot, right? And whether you're a C-level executive or supervisor manager in corporate America, you have to pray and hope that they never reach that same level as you. And this company's network marketing, we actually hope that you reach that level with us and that you even pass us because of this amazing 25% check matching and all that stuff. And I'll take the money, but I don't do it for the money. We do it because we like to see people win. We like to see people achieve higher goals, higher success than even us sometimes, because it just depends up to the person. You know, some of you have more talents, more gifts, more skills than I do. So if any of you ever want to pass me in rank, hey, by all means, bring it, because I know it's going to be amazing celebrating your success at the convention. And every time we get a chance, we'll be able to celebrate together different rank advancements, and whether it's executive, presidential, or senior presidential director is going to be an awesome thing to have Ms. Christy Chapman as the newest presidential, hopefully this month of June. Hopefully this week, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about later on in the Zoom. So thank you so much, Christy. Appreciate you and all of your great leaders. And so today I'm actually in I told Christy I'm in this Los Angeles, California right now, in Los Angeles, California. I'm actually having a great time over here. I have some family, some relatives up here, and flew in for a couple of days, and I've got a property I got to take care of and do some things. Not take care of, but I got to look into some stuff we're trying to do on it. So yeah, so even though we're busy doing things, you know, whether it's real estate investments or other stuff, you know, we always find the time to be able to be here with our team And the beautiful thing about technology is that we can do it from any part of the world, right? As we go into different countries, you're going to be able to see that we're going to be doing some Zooms from all over the world. And honestly, because of Zoom, we're actually can do Zooms and build in different parts of the world from home too. You know, it's usually the other way around, where I'm doing this Zoom with my Filipino team or my Japanese team or my team in Malaysia or different parts of the nation, New York, Miami, different parts of the nation. But for this time, I'm actually away from home, which I really don't travel a whole lot anymore. I used to 2006, 7, and 8 till 2016, 17. But now we're actually we're able to build a business from home, from our computer, from our cell phone. So today's training is going to be called The Art of Recruiting. And I'm actually going to make a few examples of how this is different than most other companies, how this is different with X39 and what we have here, how this is completely different than anything else you've ever seen before, or anything else, if you're new to this industry, than anything else out there. So you pick the right one the first time. It's actually hard to do that. You know, so many people think that it's that every company in network marketing is a good one. And yeah, at first, you know, they look good, but there's a lot of smoke and mirrors. There's a lot of, you know, a lot of hype in the industry. There's a lot of, you know, things that people make up to convince people, to persuade people to join, right? But for the first time in my career, in 15, 16 years, actually 16, almost 17 years, we found something that's unique, that's powerful. I mean, with so many scientific papers, with so many patents, international patents as well, open in almost 100 countries. And this company is a unicorn, to be honest with you. It's a unicorn of a company where it can build organically. In fact, Chris's team is organic growth. I was talking to her a few months ago, and she was telling me some of the things that were happening with her team, her people, the leaders that were actually going through the ranks. And it's just a beautiful thing to be able to see some organic growth, right? Where the product works, and the people that said, I'll never do the business, they're the ones that are actually promoting the business, promoting the product. And before you know, they become network marketing professionals, because they weren't trying to do that. They weren't trying to look for another business to build or become a network marketing professional, right? And if you're new to this industry, I would say Eric Worre's GoPro book, you know, Become a Network Marketing Professional book is amazing if you're just getting started. If not, you know, back in the early 2000s, we used to recommend Jim Rohn's Building Your Network Marketing Business. So that's kind of like that same kind of book, but this day and age is a little different. And now you can actually build a business from home. But we also do some lunch and learns, and we also do some patch parties and things like that. Not a lot, but we sometimes do them, right? So to keep that commodity and that relationship and that bond between people, you know, and to bring people together. You know, people get together to celebrate. I was talking to a friend of mine who's from a different country, and she was telling me how there's you know, in the US, we celebrate every single month. There's 1 or 2 holidays every single month, right? So we like to get together. We like to break bread together. We like to potluck together. We like to come together and just talk to other people, right? And that's what we have in network marketing. But now, you know, with this patch parties that Christy has been doing, and Team Freedom, honestly, is us. It's Christy, is Debbie, is some of you that are part of the team. And we decided to go and call it Team Freedom because we're creating freedom with people, you know, with their health, health freedom. We're also creating financial freedom for people. We're creating time freedom at the end of the day as well. And so those are the top 3 things why we do this business. We do it to create health freedom, financial freedom, and eventually, ultimately, time freedom for people, right? And it's a beautiful thing to be able to see somebody start, you know, brand new, not wanting to do the business. Like I was talking to Barbie about a week ago when she hit director, and she was telling me, listen, when I joined this business, I didn't have a job and I needed a job, right? I was looking for a job, and my husband, you know, he's been providing and he's been doing things, but I was looking for a job. Therefore, I didn't have a job, so I didn't have the money to get started with the package. I found the money and somehow made it happen. And the same day or the next day, I ended up finding a job, right? Because she said she knew that she would have to do this business part-time from home, right? And she would have an electrifying story, being able to tell people, hey, Yeah, it's this little part-time thing I got going, hey, I saw you here, manager. What is that? What is that all about? Oh yeah, it's this little part-time thing I got going, kind of like Jim Rohn talks about, right? So to be able to see somebody like Barbie, just a few months back, and then she made a decision to go to an event over in California, well, here in California, with Therese Santos, an event that we had here in Orange County, a few miles south. And then from there, she came out of that event with no rank. She had just found a job, so I don't know how she got the time off, right? But she got it. She made it happen. And then from there, she went ahead and came out of the event. She said, I promised to myself and my family and to all you leaders that I will be manager by, I think she said May or April. I think she said April, actually, and director by June or July, right? And we just saw her last Friday celebrating directorship. Right? Absolutely. We just saw her celebrating directorship. She's been able to help a couple of people in our team become managers, right? Now she's actually paying it forward. Now she's helping people win, right? Now they're going to go director as well, and she's going to go senior director. And then before you know, after senior director, I think that's where everything happens. After you go senior director, then you can go executive, then you can go presidential, right? But to be able to see those kinds of stories, right? Like hers, or like my friend Ivan, who just about a year ago, he called me and said, I think it was early March, he called me, he's like, look, Oz, he had just overcome coming out of the hospital with COVID and pneumonia. He almost died, actually. Both him and his wife almost passed away at the hospital from COVID. And he calls me in early March. He's like, hey, what do I have to do to pick up my check? I got some investments coming in, some investments going, but I need to build this business. Because if it wasn't for the patches, I'd still be at the hospital. Because if it wasn't for the patches, my mom, my dad, people I know and I love and care about wouldn't be as healthy as they are now. What do I need to do to make sure I build this business, but also I want to pick up my check? I want to lift my check to another level. At the time, I think he was only a manager. He had been stuck in manager for like 6-7 months, right? Because he wasn't really doing the business. But because of the patches really working, he started talking to people. And then even at the hospital, when he's coming out of the hospital, he said, I already have like 10 contacts, people I need to reach out to as soon as I get home. And I said, Ivan, you got to get better first. Just go ahead and get better, and then we can talk business. He's like, look, man, I don't have time to waste. I feel like I almost lost my life, me and my wife, and I'm ready to do this business because I feel like I'm given a purpose, and I'm given 10 talents, and I'm burying those 10 talents. So I need to do something with those 10 talents, and I need to do it fast, like yesterday, like last year, right? So I told him, okay, good. Let's do a game plan. Let's do a plan of action, and let's build this. So before you know, that second week he goes director. The third week he goes senior director. And then after that, the second month, I think he went executive director. And then, no, the second month he went executive director after that decision. And the third month he went presidential. It was March, April, he went executive director, and then May, he went presidential. In 3 months, in 90 days, became the fastest presidential in this company at that time, faster than anyone else. But it took one decision. It took him grabbing the vision, catching the vision, but also making a decision, right? There's two choices. There's two decisions people make when they join this type of business. First one is when they sign up, they get all excited, they get fired up, and they sign up. Some of them do something, some of them do a lot, and some of them do nothing, right? But from there comes a second time where people make the second choice, the second decision. And they say, you know what, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm done with this. I'm done with not paying the bills on time. I'm done with almost losing my life. I'm done with not seeing results in life. I'm done, and I see you guys winning. What do I have to do to win? What do I have to do to pick up my check to 2, 3, 4, 5, 10,000 a week? What do I have to do to make this business happen, right? And that's the second choice that people make. And when they make that second choice, that's when you know it's done. It's over. It's game over. It's a done deal. They're going to come in. They're going to blow it up. And they know that they know inside of their heart that they're going to win. And they're going to make it happen no matter what. No excuses, non-negotiable attitude. They're going to give it their all. And they're not going to take any kind of criticism or any no's from anyone. Family members are going to speak bad about them. Friends are going to speak bad about them. Even the husband or wife are going to not want to do or support what they're doing, but they still do it. because they're doing it for them. They're doing it to retire them. They're doing it to have more money so they can not have to work anymore as much, right? They're doing it for them. So, but people don't know that, right? They don't know any better. They just know that they see you grinding, going. And that's what some of these people like Ivan had to do. Of course, he had the full support of his wife because she almost passed away with him. So they decided to build a business together. In fact, they built 2 positions. He built the presidential position, and his wife was building right on his right side, build it to, I think, senior director, right? But they built 2 checks individually. Now, I don't recommend that. They can do that because they're leaders. They're amazing leaders. People just want to be with them, right? And not that they don't want to be with you. I'm just saying, like, they just have experience in this industry. They've earned $1 million a year before. And when they joined this business, they didn't bring any of those people over. They still had a residual from another company, but all they brought was the experience. All they brought was their hunger and their second chance, almost losing their life. And they took it serious and they decided to make something happen, right? Then you see my other friend, Harold, same thing. He was actually living literally in the streets. He was literally homeless. And then he joins the business. Within 2 months, he goes from manager to director to senior director to almost executive director. That's another person that changed his life. And there's so many stories, so many people that, different walks of life. There's attorneys in this team. There's doctors in this team. There's stay-at-home moms. There's people that are business owners. There's teachers. There's principals. There's all kinds of different people in this team from different walks of life. And that's what I like seeing. I like seeing that freedom that people are attaining. First with the patches, second with the business, third with the time freedom that this business provides, right? And that is the most amazing concept and freedom concept that we can actually offer to people, because outside, there's people, they say 2 out of 10 people are driving for Uber, Lyft, or DoorDash, meaning they're out there trying to look for a $500 to $1,000 a week income, driving 14, 15-hour days from sunup to sundown, some of them, to create, because of the gig economy. We all know the gig economy has created a lot of 6-figure earners, but you have to work 16-hour days. Only in this business, people are working 2 to 3 hours a day, maybe 5 hours a week at the beginning. And then later on, as the business grows, maybe you're putting in an extra 5, 10 hours a week. And once you get to director, senior director, maybe you're doing the bulk of the business or the bulk of the building. But once you get to presidential or executive director, then your business takes a life of its own. And then you're back to freedom. You're back to like having time to breathe, having time to enjoy, like Therese calls it, the second phase of leadership. When you're able to travel, when you're able to spend more time with your kids, when you're able to do the things that you couldn't do, and making what you used to make in a year, you make it in a month, right? That kind of freedom that money can buy, the things that money can actually do for you, right? But it all starts from recruiting. It all starts from talking to people. It starts from building a team. And like I was saying at the event the other day, people ask me, how many people have you brought in to have over 40,000 people in your team? You have 1,000 people personally sponsored? You have 2,000 people that you personally talked to and sponsored? No, I'd probably talk to about 50 people, maybe 60 people. And out of those 50 people, half of them have joined. 24 of them joined the business. Actually, it's 25 now. 25 had joined the business. And from those 25 people, some talked to 3, some talked to 20, some talked to 10, some talked to 20, some talked to 30. But from there, the second level, the same thing, 3, 10, 20, 3, 5, 6, turned into 40,000 people in 43 different countries, right? If somebody would have told me this 2 years ago in 2021, when I was launching my business in September, October of 2021, that I would have 40,000 people in my team in 43 countries, I would have said, you're crazy. That's not going to happen, especially in 2 years, maybe in 5 or 10 years. Yes, because we come from a company that was open, a previous company I was part of that was open in about 35 countries, right? And in that company, it took me about 4 years to be able to infiltrate or to go into about 15 different countries, maybe 20 different countries, right? By the end of the 5, 6 years I was there, of course, my business was in each and every one of those countries. And I didn't know a lot of those people in those countries. In fact, somebody knew somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody because of social media. At the time, it was only Facebook and Instagram, right? But there's now there's other avenues, right, where people can connect with other people around the world. But Facebook's still number one to connect with people from all over the world, right? And because of that, because of those tools, we were able to build this business to many, many countries. Now here in Lifeway, we did it faster. And people ask me why. What was the difference between that juice company and this patch company? Well, the difference is this. The patches are simple. You know, it's an envelope. If somebody wants to sample it, I tell them, hey, listen, I can send it to you. It takes about 4 to 5 weeks to get to you from where I'm at. I can mail it to you. Just sell me the money, or just Venmo me the money or whatever. Or I can just order it, have the company deliver it directly to your door. Some people will say, well, mail it to me, and 4 weeks later, they're still waiting for it, right? They're calling me upset. Where's my product? Where's my product? I go, dude, it's in customs. I just got an email 2-3 days ago. I was just gonna let you know, or maybe I texted you and told you it's in customs, and now it's stuck. Now you have to reorder it, and I can give you half of the money because, you know, 50-50, you know, I'll pay half, you pay the other half, because now customs is not gonna let it go. Or you can just go place an order on my website, like I told you a month ago. In fact, I don't even mention it, like I told you. I don't mention the I told you so. In fact, I got rid of that a long time ago. The I told you so is the worst. If you want to lose friends, use the I told you so thing. If you don't want to lose friends, because nobody makes friends by arguing, but you make friends by loving on them, then you tell them, hey, listen, no big deal. It's all good. I pay 50, you pay the other 50. I'll refund you half of your money. You know, it's a lose situation for us. But let's go place an order directly from the website. Now, in this company, people, you don't have to be there to mix the shake or do this or do that, or like, you know, teach them how to mix it, how many ounces of water, how many. No, it's just peel the bag, put it on, and give it some time. And some people see results in an hour. Some people see results in a minute. Some people see results in a week. Some other people see results in a month, or other people see results a year later. But there's a blanket of 40 different benefits. People will see some results, some fast, some medium, and some fast, okay? So that's really what makes it a lot simpler to be able to build a business. Where our presentation, or our demo, if you will, is 5 seconds long. That's it. You know, they get the patch, they peel it, put it on, that's the demo. Then in 2 to 3 hours, they see results, they text you, look, I feel great. I you know, my pain went away. I was having this whatever, you know, and now I'm not having it anymore. Or even 20 minutes later, people will text you and tell you, I'm experiencing something, right? Or maybe you met with somebody for coffee or lunch, and you gave them the patch, and they put it on, and before you know, and that's what makes this product different, right? And if they want to think it, if they want to see what it is, you know, the product does the heavy lifting. Like I was telling Christy, when Christy was asking me, or actually I was mentioning to her, you know what? No disrespect to any of my leaders, to you or anyone else. I mean, you're a top recruiter in the company. The company has awarded her, I think she won a trip to, I'm not sure where the trip was to, I think Cancun, somewhere, as a top recruiter. And she's always winning all these trips, right? All these incentive trips everywhere, right? And because she's a top producer, top recruiter, top enroller, customer getter, right? Her and Debbie, you know, so they're always, you know, winning all these prizes in every company they go to, and not every, but like the last 2-3 companies they've been together, right? So I was telling her, no offense to you or anyone, but honestly, my top recruiter is not Harold, it's not Ivan, it's not John Lee, it's not you, it's not that it's not you, it's you're good at it. But honestly, if it wasn't for X39, I don't think my business would be where it's at. And this is my top recruiter. So I make sure that people use it. I make sure that people put it on, and whether they see short-term, mid-term, or long-term results, they're going to see them eventually, right? I have a couple of friends who I invited from a previous company just recently, right? Because I was protecting check for a while, and I invited them about a year ago. And I said, hey, listen, so one of them told me, actually, I had sent him some information. And he told me, listen, I'm healthy. I don't need that patch. I see the testimonials. You send me the videos and things like that. I don't think I need it. I think I'm super healthy and I'm good. And I said, I get it. Of course, I wasn't going to tell him, no, you're not. That's what I thought I was. You know, I wasn't going to tell him. I thought I was like, the way you're speaking, that's how I spoke a year and a half ago. I wasn't going to tell him that. So I told him, I get it. It's not for you. You're good. You're healthy. You're awesome. But listen, why don't you send me your mom's address and your dad's address? Because they're separated, right? They're divorced. Why don't you send me their address? I like to bless you and your mom and dad. And instead of sending you the product, because you're not going to use it, it's going to sit on the shelf. I like to bless your mom with some product, right? So I send her the product. I send the dad the product. 5 days later, he calls me. He's like, hey, my mom's asking me, how does she put it on? I go, there's a booklet on there. Have her check it out and have her pick one of the two spots, either behind the neck or below the belly button. So that was easy, right? I didn't have to do a 2-hour training on how to put it on, how to do a demo, none of that, right? So that was it. He calls her, tells her, done. 2 days later, my friend calls me. He's like, hey, my mom wants to talk to you. I'm here with her because she called me all like, she called me like screaming and crying, and I thought something was wrong. So the first thing I did, she's only two miles away from him, right? He drove to her house. He gets to her house, and to his surprise, she's walking without a cane, without a walker, for the first time in years, right? And I don't know what her condition was or anything, but all I know is that 2 days prior, she couldn't stand up her own, walk on her own. And now she's actually being able to stand up. And anyways, so 2 days after, and doesn't always happen like that, right? I'm just telling you the excitement that my friend showed me and how I'm proving a point how this is a top recruiter in the company, right? I couldn't recruit my friend who has 20 years experience in the industry, but this did it for me. Now, the mom is happy because of that. She was able to sleep like never before. She's no longer in pain in her knees, her hips, right? She's able to see some amazing results. And I think people that are in worse shape, health-wise, see faster results than the ones that are in good shape, right? If you're health conscious, great, it's for you because it'll enhance everything else you're already doing, like taking vitamins and supplements and things like that and working out. It'll just enhance what you're doing. But you're not going to see a life-changing result like this lady, 79, 80-year-old lady, right? Who couldn't walk in months, right? So in that particular example, she was able to walk, she was able to sleep, she was able to like have energy throughout the day, no more pain within 2 days. Guess what that product did to my friend? My friend calls me from her house and says, look, man, in 20 years in this industry, I've never, ever, and he wouldn't stop saying ever, right? Seen a product work the way this one does. That was not only that was the fastest demo I've ever seen in network marketing. That was the fastest results I've ever seen in network marketing. And then I was wondering, why is it costing this? So for the last 24 hours, man, I've been going through your scientific papers to see what causes that type of result. I've been seeing the patents on it. That means there's no competition. There's never going to be competition because the founder and CEO of Formulator has protected the product against competition. He said, look, man, I think you're onto something. I think you hit a jackpot and you broke the code. And I'm sorry for being close-minded. I'm sorry for not being open-minded. I'm sorry for not having a humble heart to listen to you. But thank you for sending it to my mom. And thank you for sending it to my dad, because I'm actually going to go see my dad because I called him after my mom's results and he got the product a day later. I told him, put it on. No matter what, just put it on. Put it on. It works. So now he's over there trying to get people to put on the product, right? Without even being in the company. Now he's out there trying to recruit people, trying to get people to use the product, right? Because his passion went through the roof, because I went to, not to him who was healthy, but I went to the people that he loves the most. And when they saw life-changing results, guess what? And of course, the dad took probably about 3 or 4 weeks to see some great results. The mom was way faster, 2 days. I think that was God's favor, right? To get this guy in my team, right? And because of that, because of this product, because of this X39, the top recruiter in my team, right? Not taking away from any of you, but this right here is the reason why we're doing what we're doing, why we're growing so fast. People ask me, what's causing these numbers? What's causing these results? What's causing this momentum, Oz? I tell them, dude, X39. Yeah, but you were in this company and that company and you got to high levels of success, but it took like 4 or 5 years. Well, here, it's because I didn't have this in those companies. I think if I would have had this in those companies, my success would have been, the time would have been compressed. We would have compressed time. Instead of 5, 6 years, it would have been done in a year or 2, right? And not only that, just the technology that we're in, I mean, the era that we're in right now, with artificial intelligence, right? Everything's technology-based. Everything's going that way. Biomedicine, right? So everything's going to be biomedics. Everything's going to be I mean, this is this is an intellectual property because of the patents and the scientific research. But I think this goes along more with the technology that we're in, with the era of technology that we're in, right? That's why people, when you tell them, would you rather use this or 4 different juices and 5 different pills, they're gonna pick this any time of the day. Not only that, it's very inexpensive, right? So that's what makes this, and I wanted to make sure I emphasize on this. That's really the majority of my training. I'm right there. I'm just giving, maybe you're already thinking of some people that you need to call. And if they don't want to use a product, ask their parents. They don't have to be this professional network marketing like my friend. It can be anyone and everyone that says no to you. Anyone that says, look, I'm healthy, I'm good, I don't need it. Then ask them, hey, how about your mom? Were you serious? Were you serious when you told me that she was suffering from, and mention it, right? Whatever they, or even ask them if they don't know, if you don't know their parents, if you don't know their history, ask them, ask them how's your mom health-wise? How's your dad health-wise? Before you even mention the product or anything to them, hey, how's your mom health? Kind of like form. We have something called form, right? Family, occupation, recreation, motivation, or money, right? If you use form on every call or anytime you see somebody at a party, at a get together, at church, at the gym, form. Always think of that form, right? So I run into my friend Johnny. Hey Johnny, how's it going, man? Good, man. I haven't seen you in like months, bro. Like, how you been? Good. Hey, let me ask you, man, how's the family? Oh, they're good, man. Little Johnny he's 9 years old. He's playing baseball. He's great at it. And my daughter, man, Jessica, she's amazing. She's like ballerina, gymnastics. Great. Awesome, bro. How's your mom? How's your dad? Oh man, you know what? Yeah, they're not doing so good, bro. My mom is 80, my dad is 85, and the age is catching up to them. To be honest with you, ever since retirement, they just not doing good anymore. Bro, what's going on? Well, my mom has arthritis, cholesterol, diabetes. She has this, she has, and he'll mention everything, right? What about your dad, man? How's he doing? Do I need to pray for him? Or I'll be praying for your mom, but I'll be praying for your dad too. Like, what's going on with him? Oh man, pray for him on this, on this, on this, on this, on this. All right, bro. I'll pray for them. And but I also think there's something I have that might be able to help them. I'll be honest with you. But right now we're at the gym. Let's work out. Do your thing. After we leave, man, I'll text you and I'll send you a link, and check it out. It might be good for your mom or dad, bro. In fact, right there, I'm not even talking to him about him and his health, right? By the way, how's the wife? Oh, she's good. She's working full time. She's been working a lot. I wish she can work less. I work because, I need help at home. I work from home, but she doesn't. And she works 10-hour days because she's on salary. So I wish I can have her at home a little more. Oh man, you know what? That sucks. I know that feeling, bro. I was there before. Anyways, so you go through family, right? I'm just at the F right now. I'm form, family, occupation. And how's work for you, man? Oh, it's good, bro. Like I'm just living the dream, right? He's living the dream, but the wife is not. Right? He's living the dream, but the wife is living the nightmare, right? So he's like, man, I'm working from home 2 to 3 hours and I'm done with my work and I get paid, the full salary. So I'm doing good, bro. Oh, awesome, bro. Awesome, man. Awesome. And then occupation, family, occupation, recreation. Hey, what do you guys plan on doing this summer? Like, what are you guys doing? Like, what are you guys doing for fun this summer? Oh man, you know what? We're going to go to Sedona. We're going to go to San Diego. We're also going to go to Houston and visit some relatives up there. And we're planning a trip to Mexico. We're going to Puerto Vallarta or Cabo. We're thinking about the two. And I think we're going to go to Puerto Vallarta. Awesome, man. I hope you guys have a great time. I've been up there. It's beautiful. I love it. Nice. So that's recreation, right? And then motivation is money. Hey, bro, I know how you mentioned, before I let you go, I know we got to go work out. You mentioned how you wish you can have your wife not work as much. If I had a way, and I always use the if I would you, Eric Worre talks about it. If I had a way to show you how you can bring your wife home and still make the same income, but without her working 11, 12-hour days, 60-hour a week, but still make that same kind of income to replace her income and bring her home, would you be okay with that? Oh no, man, I don't want her at home. I just don't want her to work as much, right? And he'll joke around like that. Right. So, and I'll say, well, listen, bro, I'm going to send you some information. It might be for you. It might not be for you. I always say that too. If I would you, and then it might be for you or it might not be for you, because now they're thinking, okay, if it's not for me, he's not going to get upset at me. He already said it. And if it's for me, good. Right. So I always say those two things. If I would you, and he says, yeah, send it over. Look, man, it might be for you. It might not be for you, but I'll send it over. Let's talk later, work out. What are you working out today, by the way? Oh, I'm doing chest. Oh, okay, man, I did chest yesterday. I'm sore, but otherwise I work out with you. I'm doing back today. But listen, let's work out. Let's maybe Friday, man. Let's get together and do legs. All right, cool. Let's do it. That's the kind of conversation I'll have with somebody. And it took me like 3 minutes, right? Real quick. That's what it would take him to do like a set of a set of like chest, or actually it would take him a lot longer, probably like 30 minutes to do chest alone, right? But you guys get the point. I didn't hijack his time. I didn't take a whole long, I kept her interactive. It was more about him than me. I didn't even say anything about me at all. Everything was about him using form, family, occupation, recreation, motivation, right? And why about them? Why about him? Why about her? Because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And when you talk more about them, they want to keep it reciprocal. And they want to be like, oh, last time I talked about me, but you didn't tell me about you, bro. Like, how's life? How's the kids? How's everyone? Oh, you know what? I'm glad you asked. And then you go into details. But see, we have to be interested in people instead of trying to be interesting in us, right? Or instead of becoming interesting, right? So when we're interested in others and we use that form, family, occupation, recreation, motivation, people are gonna gravitate towards you. People are gonna be magnetized by you, right? And they're gonna want to be around you. They're gonna want to talk to you more, right? So form, anytime you see anyone was at the gym that anyone that you at a party, at a get together, if you're gonna be there for 30, 40 minutes, might as well, or at a party, of course, an hour, 2, 3 hours, might as well spend a little bit of time on people. Plant those seeds. Just get to know about them. Take some mental notes, right? Remember the stories that they're telling you, right? Because we remember 60 to 70% of the stories that we hear, right? Versus you trying to pull out a notepad and trying to take notes of everything that they're going through. Of course, if you can, pull up your phone just to kind of like pinpoint some of the illnesses that their parents have or whoever has, right? Like him talking about his wife, him not wanting her to work as much, right? So those are some of the things that I do in the art of recruiting, to recruit good people, to bring good people onto my team, to know who to talk to know how to get to them, to know how to understand where they're at and see how I can help them better, right? And always be interested in them, because you never know. They're gonna honestly, they're gonna duplicate that same thing. So you're giving them a training before they join the business on how to talk to others. And then when they ask you, hey, I remember that one time I met up with you, I went home feeling so good. I went and did my workout feeling so good because you asked me all these great questions, and those are key questions: family, occupation, recreation, motivation. You asked me these questions, and I was like, man, nobody does that, right? Because usually when people ask you, how's the family? Good. Wife is good. Kids are good. Oh, yeah, me too, man. We too. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to go to Paris, and we're going to go to Greece, and we're going to go to Bora Bora. But they don't take the time to listen to them, to see what's in their life, what's going on with their life, what's going on with their parents and wife and kids, So they're going to feel like that you're the kind of person that they want to be around. So anyways, without making it long-winded on that end, I believe that's where everything starts. That's where life starts, especially when you're trying to bring somebody into the team. You want to bring somebody into Team Freedom and have them be part of this amazing culture, amazing environment, this amazing people helping people, right? Like Christy says, MLM, making lives matter, right? We're really making lives matter. We're really helping people matter, right? We're helping them become better, a better version of themselves. And through Team Freedom, we're going to be able to do those things. So those are the things that we always want to keep in mind when we talk to others. And then I always give people ask me, what do you give people in order to like expose them to the information? Well, activationpatch.com, I think, is one of the best tools we have. And that's the reason why we've been growing so much in the last couple of months, 3-4 months. I mean, my friend Denny from Chris's group as well, and I think who is the under. So anyways, Denny, he's over there in Wisconsin. Therese talked about him. He's out there prospecting so many people that he knows, that he went and caught up with. He's a snowbird, right? He lives up there for like the summer, here for the winter. And this guy is like on fire, right? He'll ask people like, are you in pain? Right? And then people, give me a second. And then people will say, yeah, I am, So he'll always talk to people and ask them if they're in pain. And then he'll patch them right there and then. I don't recommend that because that can come across. I mean, he's an older man. He's actually, and I think he's on here. And I don't mean to say older man. I'm just saying mature man, very seasoned man, very knowledgeable and wisdom, full of wisdom, man. Right? That's what I mean. And a great friend of mine. We talk often. And by the way, I think I need to text him back. He texted me recently. So anyway, yeah, it's you can't tell. Plus, you can't tell the right thing to the wrong person, and you can't tell the wrong thing to the right person. Eventually, the people that are going to be in your team, they're going to be in your team. They're going to join your team, and they're going to do some amazing things with this product, with this business. Now, there's another example I want to give. There's people who I'm sure you've already talked to, and they see you post on social media, or they see your testimonial, right? And they ask you, hey, I noticed like with people, when they started seeing me playing catch with my kids again, throwing the football again, or a baseball at 80 miles per hour, people started asking me, dude, don't you have a messed up shoulder? Did you get surgery? Or like, what happened? Like, you can throw good again. And I'm like, well, let me tell you, I didn't get surgery. It was canceled. I actually got on a stem cell protocol. Right? I got on a stem cell protocol. I don't say I got on a patch. I say I got on a stem cell protocol. And now they're thinking, oh, this guy paid $3,000 a month for like a year, 2-3 years. No, actually, I got on a stem cell protocol. Within 2 to 3 months, my shoulder got better. Within 6 months, I canceled the surgery. I didn't have to have surgery. I guess I was bad, but not as bad because of the stem cell and everything else. Anyways, that's pretty nice. That's pretty good, man. You know what? Why don't you send me some information? I like to get on that because I have some pain patch. I mean, some either shoulder pain or just pain in different parts, right? So they'll get on the patches, and then 2 months later, they'll call me and say, "Hey, how much is it to join the business?" I mean, I'm telling everyone about this. I'm telling them how my hip pain went away, my ankle pain went away, my knee pain went away. I'm telling them everything that it's doing for me, and I'm not getting paid. And I think they're going to sign up. I got 4 people in the last 3 months sign up that I didn't know who they were. And I'm like, who are these people? And they're buying product, right? One bought a gold pack. And he bought, and so anyways, but that's my friend's lead. He just gave him my website. Instead of him calling me, oh, listen, I got somebody who wants to buy product, wants to sign up. Can I sign them up underneath me? But then again, the guy only wanted to buy when my friend bought the package, he only wanted to use the product for himself, right? Now he's out there talking to people. He's talking to so many people about his experience with the patches, but instead of him sending him, because he didn't know he had a link, right? He just knew he got the product directly to his house, and he gave him my link to sign up. So they went and bought the product, 3 of them as consumers or product users, 1 of them with the gold pack. And then I'm looking through my organization, my team, and I'm like, or my front lines, right? And I'm like, who are these people? I noticed 2 of them had the same last name as my friend. And I called him and asked him, hey man, who do you know this guy, Richard? And he's like, yeah, that's my brother. I sent him your link. Oh, no, he didn't say that. He said, yeah, that's my brother. Why? Has he been calling you? Does he need more patches? I'm like, what do you mean he needs more patches? I was going to ask you because he's been ordering on my website. He's like, yeah, I sent him your link about 2-3 months ago. I told him about it. He wanted to buy it, and he bought it through your link, I guess. I said, bro, that guy your brother could have been signed up by you. Like, why don't you talk to me and tell me that they wanted to sign up? He's like, why? I gave the link to like 10 people. I didn't know who was going to buy it. I said, well, so far, 4 of them bought, 3 customers, 1 distributor. So what do you want to do? Like, I can call corporate and have them placed under you or like moved around, which is like pulling teeth. So don't let that happen to you. But I told him, man, next time, don't give him my link. Give him your link. Because right there, I made so much on this one. I made so much on this one and this one, which is not a lot, but that could have been yours. I could have paid for your own product, right, for next month. So that's just a story that I'm telling you that I've never seen happen before in network marketing. Those are some of the stories that I've never seen in network marketing. And the reason why it happens here is because of the product, because of the technology, because it's something that's unique and powerful, that you don't have to be an amazing recruiter. All you have to do is make sure that people are patching, and people will pay it forward. People will do the business with or without you. They will eventually build a business with or without you. So that's the beautiful thing about this particular company, this particular product. And honestly, that's it. The other day, I did mention about startups, right? That I would never, ever join a startup. But then I also mentioned how this company we're in the front, on the front of a trend that's a $3.5 trillion trend, which is stem cell. Stem cell industry is a $3.5 trillion trend. And I'll say it in dollars, right? It's a, well, they say that 1 trillion is 1 million billion, if I'm correct. I think 1 million billion is, I think I'm wrong. Maybe no, 1,000 billion is 1 trillion, right? So 3,000 billion is 1 trillion, right? That's huge, ladies and gentlemen, because 1 billion is 1,000 million. Imagine 1,000 million is 1 billion. Imagine how big this trend is. $3.5 trillion trend, meaning for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years, people are going to build a legacy business. People are going to get paid week after week, month after month, residual income through this company. Of course, the 3.5 trillion is not just LifeWave. It's this company plus the Pfizer's and the Mayo Clinics and you name it. They're investing $5 to $7 million a month in stem cell technology, in stem cell discoveries or stem cell industry, right? So we're in that industry and we're there earlier than they are. We got to the wedding before the rehearsals. We got to the wedding before the cake is being cut, before the ceremony, before anything, ladies and gentlemen. We're sitting down in the table when they're setting up the DJ, when they're setting up everything. That's where we're at in this trend, in this $1 trillion trend with stem cell technology. Now, when I say startup, it's within the trend, right? A 30, 40-year trend. But this is not a startup company, though, if you think about it. This is a 20-year-old proven track record company. See, because most other companies are 1 or 2, 3 years old, they fall within the first 2 years. Most companies fall within, in fact, out of 10 companies, 8 of them will fall within the first 2 years. And the remainder 2 will fall within the next 5, 1 of them, and 1 might make it, right? So this is not a startup company. This is not growing pains, startup, and all these things that happen in different companies right at the beginning of it. That's why we never ever join another startup again. That's why, we found a company that was at the time 17, 18 years old, and we wanted to make sure that we were part of this amazing trend, this amazing business model with this company and with the founder and CEO that we have, with the products that we have and this amazing Team Freedom that we're creating. I think we're going to create more testimonials, more results than most people out there. Teresa already in 2.5 years since she decided to do the business, the first decision is when she signed up in 2017. The second decision was in 2021, January 2021. From then forward, she's made over $1.4 million in the company. Myself, since October of 2021, when we decided to run with this business, we've made over $500,000, right? And what we made in the past doesn't matter because this company is going to create more millions for us, for you guys, for everyone that wants to do this business, right? That's less than 2 years, ladies and gentlemen. My first 3 months was like 50 cents. I usually don't talk about this. Is being recorded, huh? Anyways, my first 3 months, what took me 2 years to make in my second company, in 3 months, we did it here. And we didn't bring a whole team from another company. We didn't bring a ton of people. No, we just brought in 1 or 2 leaders that we had a really good trust. It was a trust community, right? That we can trust each other and know that we wouldn't lose that check because we wouldn't throw each other under the bus, right? Eventually, we resigned from that company. I resigned from that company eventually, right? But we just brought in a couple of people and then we started building. I started building with like my accountant, a neighbor, my CPA, CPA and accountant, same thing. One of my kids' school teacher and one of my kids' coach, who I used to help coach as well. Now he took over and he moved out of state. He went to Texas. He's one of my people that he started with, other than some of the networkers like Christy and other people. But ladies and gentlemen, even if it takes building organically, with just like the people that I always tell people in recruiting, follow your dollar. What does follow your dollar mean? Means that if you go to your hairdresser for 2 years in a row, 5, 10 years in a row, and you've paid her thousands of dollars, the least she can do for you is support you in your business and pay at least $1,000 to get a pack from you. In fact, she can sell it to her people. They'll have better hair. They'll have better nails. They'll have better skin. Her clients, right? She can sell the product, cash and carry. to them, but she can at least support you in your business because you've supported her in her business for 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years. Your hairdresser, your nail dresser, same thing. Wherever you go get your oil change, the owner of that mechanic shop or the dealership, that person has to learn about your business, and you have to follow your dollar, because that person will eventually join, whether it's through you or somebody else, and it's gonna hurt your heart if you see that person at convention walking the stage as an executive director under somebody else's team. It's happened to me as well. Even some of the worst stories have happened to me, and some of the good stories have happened as well. So I'm grateful either way, right? But there's a couple that joined the company about 1.5 years ago. I didn't call them because I thought they were in good shape. I thought they were fine, everything was good. Well, little did I know they were having issues with their company, right? They joined the company, they made it to presidential in like 30 days, to senior presidential director in like 2 months, right? And they walked the stage last November as senior presidential directors, Steve and Gina Merritt. Now they have over 30 presidentials in their team, and I did not call them. They'd be my friends. I called them for happy birthday, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, happy this, but I've never asked them, hey, would you, if I sent you some information on my new company, would you take a look at it? I did not send it to them. And guess what? They signed up under Onyx Coal. And I was like, when I saw them at my convention, I was like, my goodness, Oz, you're an idiot, right? And that was the only time I called myself an idiot, because those guys have made about $3 million in 1 year in this company. $3 million in 1 year. No, actually, wait, sorry, I'm wrong. $1.3 million in 1 year. What Therese took 2 years to make, they made it in 1 year. Why? Because they're building fast. And plus they brought in a whole group over from another company. That's why I'll give you that disclaimer right there. They did that, which is good. Hey, to each their own, right? Some people do it fast, some people do it slow, but it's okay. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint, right? But they did it as a sprint, which is okay too. So my time is over. I wanted to start on time and wanted to end on time. At this point, I'm done. I just wanted to pour it and bring some value to each and every one of you, and hope those stories stay in your mind, stay in your heart. And when you're building, remember those stories, right? I train with stories. I can show you a PowerPoint, but you'll forget 80% of it. But if I give you stories, you'll remember 80% of it. So I hope they made sense. I hope that you remember them. I hope this training was practical and it's valuable to you, to your kids, to your grandkids, great grandkids, to go build a legacy for you and your family. So thank you so much, Christy. I'll turn it back over to you. Thank you so much. Appreciate the invitation.
Thank you, Oz. That was amazing as always. Hey, I have a question for you. What do you think the industry of stem cells are right now? If it's going to be, what did you say again? 3.5 trillion?
Yeah, it's the next $3.5 trillion industry.
So what do you think it is right now?
Right now, the stem cell industry is about $10 billion a year.
10 billion. All right.
10 billion.
Wow.
Yeah. So that means that it's not even started yet. And out of those 10 billion, this company is making $500,000. No, $500 million. Sorry, $500 million. So 9.5 billion, it's outside of LifeWave. The only 0.5 billion, meaning $500 million, is from this company. The other 9.5 billion is from other companies, more like, not nutraceuticals, pharmaceuticals companies, injection companies, but it's a $9.5 billion industry right now.
Wow. That's a lot of growth. Like, even if we have 1% of that, that would be a lot of people we're helping.
Yeah, in fact, that's the number I got back in November of last year. It might have grown a lot. It might be 15 million now. It might be, and even we as a company, I believe back then, yeah, we as a company right now are probably like close to 700 million. So close to $1 billion, right? So that means the industry of stem cells together as a whole might be even 16, 17 billion by now. Because what took first 5-6 years to grow, we've done it as a company in just the last 2 years, right? Actually, 17 years, we've done it in 2 years with stem cell, with the X39. The industry as a whole, what took 10 years, 6 to 10 years to grow, the industry has done it in 2 years, because after the pandemic, people are realizing everybody's vulnerable and nobody's Superman or Superwoman, and we all can die any given time. So if you don't take care of your health, if you don't look younger, perform better, look better, live longer through being health conscious. So people are starting to buy more stuff to live longer, look better. I mean, that was the biggest fear of death we've ever seen in this country since 2019, since 1919, the Spanish virus, right? After that, I think World War II and World War I killed a lot of people, but people knew that some people didn't die because they stayed at home, right? So this, I think 2020 has brought a lot of awareness. So yeah, I think in the last 6-7 months, this has grown to another level. So I'm actually going to find that number out for you. But yeah, we're on our way to the first trillion as a whole, as an industry. But hey, Amway is not in stem cell. Mary Kay, Avon, Tupperware, all those older companies, Shackley, Nu Skin, all those companies are not in stem cell. None of them, not one of them, right? And if they have a stem cell pill, it only does, most of it is, most of the product is flushed through the system, right? Meaning they only retain 2 to 3% of it. And it takes them about 100 days to activate 10% stem cells again. With us, 33% increase in 24 hours, 83% increase in 10 days. With them, in 100 days, 10% increase because of their pills or sprays don't work. Right. So we have something that's unique, powerful. And even if Nu Skin wanted to come out with their own stem cell, they couldn't, they had to break the code, or they have to buy this product from David Schmidt, or they have to hire David Schmidt as a consultant, which he wouldn't do that. Right. So any company that you can think of, the Isogenics and the Shack and the Genes Globals, they're filing bankruptcy and they're selling to other companies, or they're becoming public. And I always ask people, would you rather have the money go to Wall Street as a public company, or Y'all Street? Y'all Street, right?
Y'all Street, for sure. I love it. I love it. Okay, so Renata, do we have any questions in the chat?
Yes, we had one person asking, oh gosh, there was a lot more in here than I thought there was, sorry. One person asked, do any of the patches counteract each other?
No, they don't counteract each other.
Okay.
They're definitely safe. You can wear all 12 if you wanted to wear the horse patch as well, but they're not all needed at the same time. Some are good at night, some are better during the day. The ones I like to wear at night is Eon, Alavita, Nirvana for now till I run out, and Silent Night. Those are the ones I wear at night. The rest I wear during the day.
Awesome. Okay. Someone made a comment about how do we get on the wave of the stem cell industry. I think Oz did a good job sharing about that.
Yes.
A lot of thank yous for Oz, and that's about it.
Yeah, so I know somebody did mention, and it's so funny because somebody mentioned it, and then I've heard it about 3 times this week. Do we have a video on how to enroll people? So Renata, I saw that you are going to do that for us. So I really, really appreciate that. And let me know if you're open to sharing that with Kathy, because I asked Kathy if she has one and she said no, but that's a great idea. But instead of, duplicating, if you'd be open to sharing that, that would be really awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah. And anybody else have any questions that we can support you with? Now is your time to ask Oz, the infamous Oz, Oz of all wisdom.
So Barbie asked, how much were does anyone know what the sales were last month for the company?
Yeah, last month was 33 million for the month.
Awesome.
33 million. Wow.
Amazing.
Yes, that's very good.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? 16.5 million out of that was paid out to the distributors, to us. It wasn't paid out to commercials, infomercials. It wasn't paid out to Facebook and Instagram. It was paid out to all of us. 15.5 million of that was paid out to all of us.
Wow. Okay, so how much of the piece of pie do we all want, right? Okay, what else, Renata?
There's one more question. Someone said, how many X39s can someone wear at a time? So,
what would you say, Oz? I mean,
honestly,
2?
Yeah. So when I had my messed up shoulder, I used to wear one behind my back, and then I would also wear one here because I wanted to speed up the process. I didn't want to have surgery, right? Because I heard that surgery takes about 6 to 7 months to fully recover, about 2 to 3 months to like get back to daily activity. I didn't want to do that, right? I didn't want to spend because, anyways, long story short, with the insurance, I was like, I was gonna have to come out of pocket big time, but mostly the pain and lack of being able to have the freedom to move. That was the thing that was like, that's why I postponed it like 3 years. I wouldn't have it. So I worked two, one here and one here. If ever, like the other day, I twisted my ankle, I put one on my ankle plus the one up here. I never leave the house without one here in the morning. And if I'm hurt, something happens. Oh, I woke up with like a cold sore the other day inside my lip, right? And I put one up here when I woke up for like 3 or 4 hours. Then I went out to the streets, I put it away. I came back home for like 3 or 4 hours, and I put it back with medical tape. That cold sore went away within 24 hours.
Wow.
Usually it takes about a week.
Wow. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, and Oz, when you cut your hands with that crystal, you had one in the back of your neck, but as soon as I saw you at the airport, I put one on each of your wrists, right? And by the time, 4 hours later, his cuts were like completely healed and he was carrying luggage. I mean, it was crazy. So you can't overdose on anything. I mean, is it necessary to put 10 on at one time? Probably not. When my son was in the hospital, he may have had more than one X39 and maybe had several other patches on. I went overboard, but you know.
Yeah. One last question before we wrap it up. How young is too young to wear the patches?
Did you want to answer that, Oz?
6 months old. I mean, if a kid is 6 months old and they have any kind of condition from birth, you want to patch them because they got 100% active stem cells, but maybe not to that area where they're having issues, you know. So stem cell X39, I mean, none of the scientific papers were done on kids, on babies, but I've seen them help. I mean, a lot. What's that disease when kids are born with like yellow skin?
Jaundice.
Yeah, right. Also too, when they can't produce vitamin K, which is the vitamin K is what makes your blood clog, right? That's why if you want to circumcise a baby, you have to do it after like 7 days, which is when it activates, but not always, because there's babies that their vitamin K doesn't kick in until like a month or 2 months, 3 months later. These are phenomena, of course, that only happens once in 1,000 kids or maybe once in 2,000 kids. But there's babies that have gone through stuff like that. I mean, if you can't produce vitamin K and then you cut yourself, you bleed to death. That's what happens, right? So depending on the kid and the baby, like my son, 12 years old, Gabriel, since he was 10 years old, when I found out about these patches, I've been putting Nirvana on him. I've been putting the Eon on him and the X39 as well. If they get hurt, X39 or Ice Wave. If they play sports, energy patches. I mean, I patch them all, you know, even my nieces and nephews who are like 2-3 years old, something happens, they not you, Siri. Anyways, so anybody that I see with pain, I'm always patching them.
Yeah, but like if somebody under 18, if there's nothing wrong with them, they don't need stem cell patches. But if there's something going on, you know, definitely. But Eon is the #1 kids patch that we have. And I see another one ask about nursing and using the stem cell patches, the supporting patches, absolutely, when you're nursing. There's never going to be clinical trials on pregnancy and nursing for pretty much anything. They just don't do that. So you could ask your doctor if it's okay if I use stem cell patches while I'm nursing, to say, you know, I found a patch that activates my own stem cells. Is that okay? And that's how I would approach that. But the supporting patches, 100%. You can use any of those. And my gosh, I think every woman, young mom, should have some of these patches, especially Eon and Energy. My gosh. I'm so jealous. Okay. Anything else, Renata?
Nope, that's all.
All right. Well, Oz and Renata, thank you so much Renata, thank you for being here all the time with the tech stuff. I absolutely love and adore you. And I'm glad you're back home in Arizona safely. And Oz, thank you so much for your time. We do this once a month. So, you know, whenever you want to be here, you are invited to come speak, because we always learn a lot from you. And you have so much experience and knowledge in this industry, and you've helped hundreds and hundreds of people become 6- and 7-figure income earners. So you're definitely someone to listen to. So thank you, my friend, and have a safe trip. And thank you all for joining us. There will be a replay, and that will be in our messenger chats. So just look for that whenever Renata can get settled in her home. She just got there today, and let her breathe for a minute. So I'll get that to you as soon as I can. So bye for now. Let me tell you too,
One more
this
thing.
week,
Christy,
yeah.
sorry, Christy, before I forget, I'm so sorry. Before I forget, ladies and gentlemen, let's help. Like right now, Christy is literally like at like 30% to like presidential, maybe like 25%. Honestly, let's do everything in our power. And I was going to talk about make a list of 20 people, 26 people, and 20 people for the business, right? But that's just second nature. A lot of you already know you have to make a list of people you want to bless. Everyone. That means anybody that breathes, you want to help them, because we all have conditions. Some have health conditions, and some people want to just live better, perform better, and live longer, right? And look younger and look better, right? So let's make those calls and let's call those people, because you never know. Maybe one thing I always tell people, hey, do you mind if I keep you in the loop? Do you mind if I let you know, like, when things are happening, when there's promotions, when something's going on? And people say yes. So there's a lot of people that we all know that collectively can actually place an order, whether it's a silver pack, a bronze pack, or a gold pack, or just a few patches, right? Every point counts right now that Christy is about to hit presidential. In fact, you are going to be part of that story when she hits presidential, because that's going to be, I mean, she's been working on presidential, but it has never been this close. She's been the closest last couple of weeks, and now it's going to be the week. I think we can really lock in presidential with her if we all get together and start picking up the phone and calling those people that have thought about buying the patches. Maybe they didn't have the money. Maybe they have it now. You know, Father's Day just happened, things like that. Maybe they want to bless our people. Tell them the story about my friend who I gave it to his mom and dad and how it changed their life, right? And because of that now, so I think we together collectively can bring in 100 points, 200, 1,000, 2,000 points each to bring in those 30, 40,000 points, 30,000 points that Christy needs in order to qualify presidential. And some of you can actually afford to go buy a 20 pack. If you run out of product, listen, the only overhead in this business is our own personal consumption. But we go through so much product that you need product on hand sometimes, because when people want to buy it, you can have it right there and give it to them, right? While they place their order. So let's also keep a little bit of inventory. I mean, in a traditional business, the overhead is $20,000, $30,000 to keep the doors open. Electricity, the building, you name it. Here, it's only $150, $170. If you're not manager, it's only $78, $80, right? But if you do a one-time investment in the today, tomorrow, or whenever you can before Friday, Saturday, that'll last you 2 to 3 months worth of inventory. It'll help Christy qualify if you go buy that 20 pack, because that 20 pack comes with the most amount of volume, over 1,000 points in volume, and it'll count for you. So you'll get paid on that for your binary, but also it'll count for Christy's rank to get her past the threshold of presidential 100,000 points plus. So let's work as a team. Today is for her. Tomorrow is for you. Today is for her. Next month is for you. Today is for her. Next year will be for you. When you're about to hit presidential, when you're about to hit executive, you're going to want people to help out and pay it forward the way you paid it forward for Christy. So let's do it. I know Christy probably doesn't want me talking about this, but I reserve the right to talk about it because she deserves it. You all deserve it as a team, and you guys know she deserves it. So let's help her get through that threshold of 100,000 points to presidential. And we're going to be celebrating a new presidential in the state of Arizona, the first presidential from Team Freedom Arizona. So let's get it done, ladies and gentlemen. If you can afford that 20 pack, which is like $1,600, $1,700, you get $3,500 in product, 50% discount, right? For the next 2-3 months, you'll have enough product on hand. Do that. You know, if you came in a silver, gold pack, whatever, I think you might have to be diamond pack in order to get that 20 pack, or upgrade and get the diamond pack. But hey, if you can't do that, at least make the phone calls to get people acquainted or getting using the patches, right? And people that have been on the fence and thinking about it, get them going on the patches. So thank you for the invitation. Sorry I had to interrupt Christy, but yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there as well and make sure that people understand the power of this week and how we can literally have a brand new presidential, the first lady presidential in the state of Arizona from Team Freedom.
Oh, thank you so much, everybody. And I remember when you were running for presidential, I rallied the troops together and we worked really hard to help you get presidential. So it was a lot of fun, and you know, everyone gets blessed when we all work together. So, and you're helping a lot of people heal. So just remember, we're volunteering on Thursday. If you want to come volunteer with us, always good to give back. And then we're going to feed my starving children. And then we're going to go to Victoria's Alzheimer's dinner at Nando's at night. That'll be fun. And then on the west side, I think Oz is doing the presentation for the Lunch and Learn, but he definitely will be there. So we'll be on the west side in Surprise. So come join us if you are local in Arizona, if you know anybody. So thanks again, everybody. Love you. Let me know how we can support you. Take care. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye, everybody.
you.